The Washington Commanders finished the 2022 season with an 8-1 season at the bottom of a very competitive NFC East division. Now, that's not to say that they didn't have a very good season in which they exceeded expectations. A season in which Taylor Heineke had to start for 9 games, and he led them to a 5-3-1 record while doing so. This Washington team has a very bright future, and I believe it was actually Sean Payton's first choice for the team to coach, but the Broncos made the jump first. We do have $109 million in cap room, and we have a lot of players assigned. Daron Payne, Cole Holcomb, Trey Turner, I'll probably let walk. J.D. McKissick can walk. I believe it's actually just going to be those top 2. I might bring Heineke back because he's very solid. To be honest, he's a 69, but he always kills it in sim. So if we can't find a quarterback, he's going to be the guy for us. Daron Payne, I want to do 5 years because he's definitely going to break out, get a better dev trade at some point. I'll give him this. And Daron Payne accepts. He's back for 5 years. Cole Holcomb, 4 years sounds good to me. Bump this up to 5. 8.1 per year. Good. 92 mil to work with. We just got to get Heineke back. And he's not going to want much since he's a 69 overall. I could do a 2-year. We'll bump this up to 3 because he doesn't really have interest in the team. Maybe, 6.4. Is that going to work? He wants to go to free agency. Well, we're going to sign him in free agency because I highly doubt anyone's going to really go after him. If Trey Turner wants to come back on this 1 year 6.7, I will bring him back. That's fine. So he could be a guard for a season, He could get the job done, if you know what I'm saying. Before heading into free agency, let's take a look at this roster. I know in real life Ron Rivera said Sam Howell will likely be the starter next year, but in Madden, I do not want that to happen because he has paranoid sense of pressure and conservative forcing passes. If you watch the last rebuild, you'll understand why I do not want to deal with that again. If you haven't seen the last rebuild, go check it out, Denver Broncos rebuild. And while you're there, or while you're here, go ahead and smash that like button if you're enjoying this, and maybe, subscribe. And stick around for more rebuilds, because I plan on doing these maybe 2 a week. If you have any requests, let me know down in the comments. But outside of quarterback, we have Brian Robinson, Antonio Gibson, very good running back room. Terry McLaurin, Jahan Dotson, Curtis Samuel, Diami Brown. This is a very solid receiving room as well. Dotson went up to superstar because of the simming the 2022 season. I'm just going to leave him as a superstar. He deserves it. He actually, when he played in this past season, he was really good. On the offensive line, we got Leno at left tackle. How old are you, Leno? 31. He ain't going to be here much longer. 85 pass block, though. You love to see that. And then we have Norwell at left guard, who is also on the older side of things, 31 as well. Everyone's 30 plus, except for our right tackle, Sam Cosmi. At tight end, we have Logan Thomas, John Bates, Cole Turner. Cole Turner was a rookie this year. He's all right. Logan Thomas is 32. He broke out very late in his career, kind of like Taylor Heineke did. But for now, very solid tight end. We'll have to look to move on from him as well if, these guys don't work out either. John Bates, Cole Turner. On the defensive side of the ball, we just re-signed Cole Holcomb. We got Jamin Davis, very young linebacker with, if you're looking for a low overall, easy to trade for, athletic linebacker in Madden, Jamin Davis is your guy with 91 speed, 93 excel. Dude's a beast, only 84 agility, but that doesn't matter as much in sim. We'll look to get a new right outside linebacker and shore up the linebacking core. At safeties, we have Bobby McCain and Cam Curl. I think I'll actually start Derek Forrest or Cam Curl at free safety. Whichever one's better at zone will be the free safety. Bobby McCain will just be a backup. On the defensive line, we have Montez Sweat, Jonathan Allen, Daron Payne, and of course, Chase Young. Very good, decently young defensive line. Jonathan Allen, 28. He'll be here for the whole rebuild for sure. And then in the secondary, we already talked about the safeties, but the corners, Benjamin St-Juste, young corner, young, tall, athletic corner. We have Kendall Fuller, right, Kendall? Yeah, I don't know. I always get them mixed up, but he's a very good, very solid corner, even though he's getting up there in age. And then outside of that, we don't really have much at the cornerback spot. We could potentially play Derek Forrest at corner because he is a hybrid type with 76 man and 74 zone. He could develop into a decent corner. That'd be a very good slot corner, actually. We'll have to think about that. But this is a team as it stands, and we will try to fill some of these holes. There's not even many holes, to be honest. Maybe a corner and a right outside linebacker in free agency. In free agency, I will be targeting 4 players. Mike Hughes, sliding to the slot corner. He's 26 years old. I thought he was older, but at 79 overall, 26 years old, he's not asking for too much, and no one else is bidding on him. I'll take him. Juwan Johnson, we need to upgrade at tight end. He's younger, faster, better receiver. I think this could be really nice. I've never actually had Juwan Johnson or Mike Hughes, so I'm going for like newer guys in this one. And then we have Kaiser White, who could round out the linebacking core. So this looks like it could be a really good free agency class. Very like under the radar, but very solid. And then Taylor Heineke, of course, if we can't get a quarterback in the draft, will be our quarterback for the next season. And let's see if any of these guys come to the team. Everyone except Mike Hughes has signed, and the Cardinals are in on him, but they're not offering him as much. So we will see again. And we get Mike Hughes. We got all our guys in free agency, and now we will head to the draft. So unfortunately in the sim, the Commanders made the Super Bowl with the Browns, so we have the 31st pick in the first round. Not only that, the Commanders do not have all of their draft picks that they do in real life. So we're kind of screwed in this draft, but there is a quarterback down the board that is round 3 to 4 talent. He's projected day 3, and he has good traits, and he has decent skills. So I may just look to get him. And I mean, it sucks that we don't have any good picks, but if I can trade this 1 for maybe a 2 and a 3, I think I'd be okay with that. Trading 31 to the Cowboys for 62 and 94. There is a quarterback that's all the way at the top of the board, but we're not going to be able to trade up to pick number 1 for him. This is pretty much best case scenario for how things have turned out. We get a 2nd and a 3rd, and there's people down the board that I'd like to draft, so it works out. Going to be trading down from pick 62 for 91, 93, and 216. All the players I want are round 3 to 4 or day 3 projection, so this works out, and we get to get more of those guys later on. In round 3, pick 27, going to be taking D'Angelo Spruce. Might be our new quarterback. He has aggressive forcing passes, and he has average census pressure, so it's not perfect, but he is the best available, and he does come with hidden dev, actually. So 91 throw power is more than I thought he was going to have. He had good throw power, so that's actually pretty nice, and we'll see what he can do for us. And then we have 2 more picks here at the end of this round. And I might look to trade at least one of these because there's only a couple guys left on the board. And if I can, get a 4th and maybe something next year for it, I'd be okay with that. This is all we have left on our board. 2 linemen, a linebacker, and a punter. So I traded around quite a lot in that draft. Only came away with 4 picks. 1 in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th. 2 linemen, a linebacker, and a quarterback who is just as good as Taylor Heineke right off the bat. So we will see how that goes. And I mean, I'm not too upset with how this draft went considering how we started. And actually, I thought that quarterback was going to go number 1. Where did he actually end up going? The first quarterback didn't go till pick 20. Interesting. I might have been able to actually trade up for him. 75 overall, hidden dev. He has average sense of pressure, aggressive forcing passes, just like our quarterback. He's just, he's 6 overalls better. That's really the only difference. Kind of curious what his dev trait is, though. If he's only star, I'm not too upset. He is only star. I'm assuming ours is also star. But you never know. Ours could be superstar. Heading into year 1, this is what the depth chart looks like. We're going to start D'Angelo Spruce over Taylor Heineke because he does have that hidden dev trait, and he's a rookie, so he could win Rookie of the Year if he balls out. He has the weapons. He has the line. We have Juwan Johnson starting at tight end now, and it looks like, I feel like this is a Super Bowl caliber team. At least playoffs. We have Kaiser White now at the other outside linebacking spot. We have Derek Forrest starting at strong safety, Cam Curl at free safety, Kendall Fuller, Mike Hughes, Benjamin St-Juste at corner spots, and the D-line is still the same. So, I'll see you guys in the midseason mark. Hopefully we're doing well with Spruce at QB. At the midseason mark, we are 4-3. Not too bad, considering we have a day 3 quarterback starting. I'm going to be honest, it's better than I expected, considering how the other rebuilds have been going. But we do have some people to re-sign, one being Chase Young. Let's see what a very player-friendly... he doesn't even need that. To be honest, he has interest in the team. Let me just do 20.5. Is that good? Works for me. And then we have Kendall Fuller. He's 28. I will definitely look to bring him back maybe on a 2-year. Make that, was that 16 mil per year? And it works for me. Who else do we have here? Montez Sweat, Cam Curl, Curtis Samuel. We have a lot of guys here to re-sign, actually. Probably not going to be doing much in free agency the rest of the way. Actually, that should work, right? Yeah. If they have green interest, you really don't have to change the money much, but I usually do anyway. Let's go 4.9 and 3.2. Is that good for you? That's good for me too. All right, 36 mil to work with. Really just need probably these top three. I would like to bring Norwell back, considering he's not asking for too much as an 82 overall. Curtis Samuel is our third receiver. He wants decent money, and he doesn't really have interest in the team. We'll wait. We'll wait and see what happens if he pops a dev trait, probably. But if not, I don't think I'll bring him back. 1 year for Norwell. If we could do 10.2, works for me, Norwell. We got 26 mil to work with. Gibson is a backup. He's not ready to resign yet. We'll see if it's really necessary for us to bring him back, though. So we end up going 8 and 9. Not a playoff team, but not terrible. Let's just see how the team performed, though. D'Angelo Spruce, 4,000 yards, 30 touchdowns, 26 picks. Sheesh. Hopefully that can turn around, because that's not what you want to see. Brian Robinson had a great year. Don't need to bring Antonio Gibson back. I think we can get a backup who can do just exactly what he did. Terry McLaurin had a really good year. Jahan Dotson had an okay year. Curtis Samuel, probably not going to bring him back. I think we can get someone cheaper or draft someone to perform just like he did. Charles Leno was absolutely awful. Oh my goodness. Jamin Davis and Cole Holcomb both over 125 tackles. Like to see that. Tackle for loss, Chase Young 23, Jonathan Allen 18, Montez Sweat 17, Deron Payne 15, Jamin Davis 10. There's a lot of tackles for loss. Defense balled out. This is a good defense. 9.5 sacks for Jonathan Allen, 7.5 for Chase Young. Then a few for a couple of other guys. As for picks, we had 4 for Kendall Fuller, 2 for Holcomb, 2 for Jamin, 2 for Benjamin St-Juste, and 2 for Mike Hughes, and 1 for Cam Curl. 71 tackles, and that's it. 6 deflections. Hopefully he can also, do more. Joey Sly only kicked 9 field goals, hit 8 of 9. That's kind of weird that I've never seen a team only kick 9 field goals. It will be the Eagles and the Broncos in the Super Bowl, but let's just take a look. See if we have any dev ups or anything at all. Wouldn't expect it. Spruce is a star. And yeah, that's all we got. Yeah, there's also nothing here. Oh, great. Hopefully we can have a good off season and get this team, correct. Let's see who wins the Super Bowl between the Eagles and the Broncos. Of course the Broncos win the Super Bowl, and we couldn't do it when we were rebuilding the Broncos. So we are going to let Curtis Samuel and Antonio Gibson walk. Trey Turner is going to walk. We have that guard we drafted that can slide in for him. Joey Sly, he did have a decent year, but I'd still like to upgrade because his accuracy is not quite that great. I'm pretty sure it's 77 unless it's been upgraded throughout the year. Yeah, 77 is not perfect. If we can find someone better, we will. If not, we can bring him back in free agency. So I have seen some rumors and speculation about if Lamar Jackson is made available for a trade, the Commanders could jump on that. And now we see Lamar Jackson here in free agency. Could be an interesting development. Only thing is, it would be all of our money. If we did a very player-friendly deal, which is what we would need to do because of the interest level, we would have no cap left. Do I feel like that is the right move here? Absolutely not. Jalen Hurts, on the other hand, interdivisional, swaps teams because the Eagles let him go. He has some built-up rage in him. Does have a noodle arm, as we saw in the Super Bowl on that last throw. Only going for 2 guys in free agency. Grant Delpit, superstar overall, would slide over to free safety. That would move Cam Curl back to strong safety and Derek Forrest into the slot corner. I would really like this. Grant Delpit could even play slot corner, but he has way better zone than man, so I think I'd like to play him at free safety. And then Riley Patterson could be our long-term kicker. He's 24. Pretty much the best option at kicker there is, in terms of all the variables you'd put together, and we do not get Delpit. Great. He went to the Broncos. Oh, all right. Well, it's not too bad. We still have the corners we need. There is other corners here, like Trayvon Diggs, or, we could get one of these one-year guys. But defense isn't really the problem. I just thought maybe we could make it even better. Only real problem for us is quarterback. There's zero interested in Lamar. If I can lowball him, now you know what? I just remembered there are a lot of good quarterbacks in this draft coming up, and since we didn't win the Super Bowl, we have better picks. There are 2 top 5 talent quarterbacks in this draft that I would be perfectly fine with getting. There goes John Corona. He was one of them. The other one is a little further down the board, actually. He's round 1 to 2 projection. Kurt Bird, the guy I want instead, 6'4" scrambler. This dude might be generational. 4'2"? I didn't even notice that before. Oh my gosh. Kurt Bird is going to be our quarterback. Do I want to trade up to pick number 2 for him? Or do I want to wait since there's so many quarterbacks on the board? I feel like y'all are screaming at me to trade up. I probably should, but we're going to see what happens. Tim McKee goes off the board. If one more quarterback goes, all right, now I'll trade up with the Giants. I think we can easily do that. From 14 to 5, it is a big jump, okay? It's a big jump. But I want to make sure we get this quarterback because they actually do need a quarterback. Who's our QB right now? Baker? Yeah. We're going to go up, try and get pick 5 from the Giants. So we're going to give them pick 14, 82, and should we give them D'Angelo Spruce? If I can do a 1, a 3, and a 4, I will absolutely do this. And it works out, I guess. I don't think that would happen in real life at all. So I kind of want to trade them a little more because that's a little crazy. You know, we'll give them another 4. We'll give them 2 6s. How about that? We'll trade them that for a 7th. Make it fair a little bit. And with this pick, we're going to be taking Kurt Bird, who I absolutely believe he's going to be generational. 96 speed, 94 throw power. This dude is insane, and he's bald. Bald as fuck. But we will absolutely jump in and play with him at some point during this rebuild. With our 2nd round pick, we're going to be taking Greg Winslow, left guard. He's normal dev, but he looks very solid, and we're going to need to start shoring up that offensive line because we have a lot of guys leaving in free agency after this next season. Took center Matthew Bates with our 3rd round pick at pick 14 in the 3rd. We don't pick again until the 5th. There was a really good tight end there and a really decent looking linebacker. Trading Charles Leno to the Chiefs for pick 79, and I'll also be looking to trade Logan Thomas for a pick as well. We will be trading Logan Thomas to the Raiders for a 3rd and a 4th pick. 4th round pick, I should say. But there is a tight end here that I would like to grab, and there's also that outside linebacker I'd like to grab. So we're going to get Chad Rogers. He's going to be our number 2 tight end, unless he's just incredible, which he's very athletic, actually. That's why I wanted him. Depending on his overall and his skill set, could end up taking over for Juwan Johnson sooner rather than later. So I simmed like 2 picks, and the Giants ended up taking the linebacker we wanted. I guess that's payback for us moving up to take that quarterback. That's fine. Fair trade. Let's take a look at our draft recap. I'm very surprised Kurt Bird is only a 79. I expected him to be way better, which means he might only be a star. But he does have ideal sense of pressure, ideal forcing passes, tight spiral, throw away, super fast, good traits, good everything. This dude should be a baller. Hopefully he is. We'll find out. Greg Winslow, 74 overall. Matthew Bates, 71 overall. Chad Rogers, 76 overall. And then just a bunch of depth pieces the rest of the way down the board. I'm surprised that fullback was only a 60. He's the best looking one there. I'm going to be kind of mad if that other top 5 QB is really, really good. And he's not. Another terrible draft, but we did get the best player in it. Heading into year 2, this is what the team looks like. We got Kurt Bird at quarterback. Morris is our fullback. They are twins. We have Nyheim Hines as our backup running back. Diami Brown's going to be our 3rd receiver now. We have 2 new guards. I kick Norwell out to left tackle. And we have a center for the future when Roulier leaves after this season, I believe. We're going to have Rodgers behind Juwan Johnson at tight end. And the offense is looking pretty nice. On the defensive side of the ball, everything is pretty much the same, actually. So no changes here, except Jonathan Abrams is going to be our strong safety, like our backup strong safety, you know. Because he'll get out there on the field. At the midseason mark, we are 5-2, and things are shaping up nicely for once. Let's see if we have our dev trait revealed on this quarterback. I'm going to guess star, but you never know. He is actually an X factor. Oh my. I didn't expect it because he was only 79 overall, but it makes sense because of the skill set that he has. And it's very nice. Let's see who we have to re-sign. Derek Forrest, of course, I would like to bring back. If we can get him on a 5 per year, that's not bad. He wants more. That's fine. I'll give him more. Probably bump it up to 6 per year maybe. Andrew Norwell is going to be out of here most likely. Jamin Davis, someone I'd like to have around for a long time. Let's make this 3 and 3.9. And that works for Jamin. It works for me. Who else do we have here? We have Chase Roulier, who's going to walk. We have his replacement ready. Tress Way, Sam Cosme, Benjamin St. Juste, Kaiser White, Diami Brown. Diami Brown does have interest in the team, and he's not too expensive. I'd be willing a 3-year for that money. Sounds good. Still have $83 million to work with. Sam Cosme, though, I'd like to have around for life, you know? If we can do, I'd do 8 per year. Works for me. That is a very solid deal for a long-term right tackle. So we'll bump it up on Derek Forrest. We'll see about Norwell, and we'll see about Tress Way. Benjamin St. Juste. We'll also wait on him. We'll see how he does this season, how the defense performs as a whole. The unit together is playing very well, so we might look to just keep Kaiser White and Benjamin St. Juste, depending on how the season goes. At the end of the season, we are 11-6, and we have a playoff berth. We will be playing the Los Angeles Rams. All right, game starting. We're up 7-0, and Rams tied up 7-7. We get the ball back. Looks like we're driving, and we're up 14-7 in the second quarter. It looks like they're also driving now, and they get a field goal out of it. Heading into halftime, we will be up 17-10, 17-13 in the third quarter. Rams are driving down, trying to score. Oh, it's very fast, or very hard to do like that, so I'm just going to do end of game. We'll see how it goes. We're up 24-20 in the fourth quarter. They take a 27-24 lead. We're going to do jump to next play, see how this goes. They take a 9-point lead. We'll see if the offense go get a touchdown. They do. And the Rams are up 33-31. Looks like some penalties are happening against the defense. You don't like to see it. Can the defense get a stop? We're going to jump in here, see if we can get a stop. Oh, they have the other rookie quarterback, Corona. Interesting. I'm going to do a screen pass out here, and we get out there with Cole Holcomb to get him down for a 3-yard loss. Now, I don't know how I feel about this man coverage, considering we have our linebacker against their tight end. Let's see how Holcomb does. And they're going to run the ball, actually, and get nowhere. They're getting stuffed, and they're going to fumble, and we're going to recover it with Chase Young. That could be it. We're going to return this for touchdown and see if the defense can make a stop on their own now to finish out the game. And the defense folds. Wow. Taylor Rapp picked off Kurt Bird. Well, it was a valiant effort. We jumped in there. We tried. I want to see what happened, though. 38-41. 2 picks from Kurt Bird. Corona was the way better quarterback in this matchup. It was pretty even overall, except for those 2 picks by Bird. Rushing, Robinson did absolutely nothing. Did better than Ronald Jones, though. On the receiving side, Dotson destroyed in the slot, so we're going to absolutely keep him in the slot. Diami Brown, McLaurin did okay. Blocking, there was 1 sack allowed. Okay. On defensive, we had 1 sack. 2 picks, Bobby Bernard, and that Taylor Rapp one to seal the game. It's very unfortunate after seeing what the defense did there when we hopped in. But, you know, it's only year 2, and we made it to the wild card round, so I'm pretty comfortable with that. Here we are in Super Bowl week. It'll be the Raiders and the Packers. Kind of glad it wasn't the Rams, but at the same time, if it was the Rams, then at least we lost to the team that made it to the Super Bowl. So, Kurt Bird up to an 86 overall X Factor. Brian Robinson is an 87 star still. No other change. There's really no changes at all, to be honest, on the offense. On the defensive side of the ball, we have, I think Montez Sweat got up to superstar, so that's nice to see. Nothing else. Just actually, no, I did notice Forrest got up to star. So I was waiting to re-sign him because he was kept asking for more money. And I was like, well, maybe if he pops a dev trait, has a good season, throw him another little more money. And I think I am going to now, seeing that he popped that star dev trait. Let's go take a look at the season stats, though. Kurt Bird had a really good year, 4,700 yards, 38 touchdowns, 14 picks. I'd like to see, more touchdowns, less picks, but considering the season we had last year, from Spruce. I'll take that from Kurt Bird. Rushing, Brian Robinson had a solid year. Nothing crazy, but it was decent. Kurt Bird had 6 rushing touchdowns as well, so maybe offensive rookie in the cards, depending on how Cordona did. Jahan Dotson, Terry McLaurin, and Jawan Johnson all over 1,000 yards. Would have liked to see Jawan get up to superstar, but that's okay. Diami Brown has 700 yards as our 3rd receiver, so not too bad. 4 touchdowns from him, and then double-digit touchdowns from McLaurin and Dotson. Let's see about sacks, though. 0 allowed from Greg Winslow. No, Greg Winslow. Very solid from him. It was a pretty good season overall. You never really see tackles only allow 3 sacks. That's nice to see. Defensively, Cole Holcomb, the only one over 100 yards. I wonder if Jamin Davis was even a sub linebacker. I did not check because I'm just kind of letting them do whatever they think is best. As for sacks, Chase Young 16.5 and 20 tackles for loss. 8 sacks for Montez Sweat with 19 tackles for loss. 21 tackles for loss for Jonathan Allen and 7.5 sacks. Interceptions 4 for Derek Forrest. Thank you. Thank you for doing something more than last season, Forrest. Cole Holcomb had 3, Kendall Fuller had 3, and 1 for a couple of other guys. Not a bad year. Riley Patterson 14 for 15. I mean, it's more field goals than we had the season before. MVP is going to be Lamar Jackson with the Bears. Maybe we should have got Lamar, but Kurt Bird gets number 8 on the MVP voting in his rookie year. I'll take it. Offensive Player of the Year. Do we have anyone? No. Defensive Player of the Year. Chase Young comes at number 2. Offensive Rookie of the Year is Kurt Bird. Corona gets number 2. But we lost to Corona in the playoff round. Defensive Rookie of the Year. No Commanders. Best QB. Kurt Bird, number 3. I think we found our guy. Best running back, Brian Robinson at number 5. Best receiver, there's no one. Best O-lineman, Greg Winslow gets number 3. Would have liked to see him win that and get a dev up. Chase Young, number 2 on best D-line. Best linebacker, no one on there. Best DB, is Forrest even on here? Forrest is at number 9. And we do get best kicker with Riley Patterson. The Raiders did end up beating the Packers in the Super Bowl. We're going to offer Derek Forrest more money, and he thinks he wants to go to free agency. Well, I think you're not going to go to a different team, actually. Andrew Norwell is still an 82 overall. St. Juste, we'll let walk. We'll see. We'll take a look at free agency. And then Kaiser White, I think we'll also take a look at free agency and bring him back if need be. I feel like we could upgrade. We have 103 million, and we maybe we make some moves. We are going to be going for 4 players in free agency, and they are all great ones. Owusu Koromoa will come in to replace Kaiser White if he so chooses. Christian Darrisaw will come in to replace Andrew Norwell if he so chooses. Ryan Stonehouse will become our punter long term, and Eric Stokes as a 3rd corner over Benjamin St. Juste. These are all very solid players that I would love to get on the team. Darrisaw is the only one still there. We get Owusu Koromoa, Stokes, and Stonehouse. I'm going to upgrade the money just a little bit on Darrisaw, just to see, make sure that he comes to the team. And we get Darrisaw. Very solid free agency class, and we definitely just made the team a lot better, and we still have plenty of money for the future. Oh, that center we drafted, Bates, ends up being a superstar, so O-line is looking very nice. Offensively, the only thing I could really see an upgrade at is maybe 3rd receiver, Diami Brown, or potentially tight end. But honestly, Jawan Johnson had over 1,000 yards, and Diami Brown's our 3rd option, had like 700 yards. Defense looks very nice. I don't know why Stokes is at strong safety. I forgot we don't have a strong safety because we let Forrest walk. All right. Let's go address that. Guys, I'm so sorry. Please don't be mad at me. Derek Forrest was gone when I went to look, and our best option was Caden Stearns. Potentially gonna trade for a safety or trade up for one in the draft if there's like a really good one. Like, can this be the one time there's a stud safety in the draft? All right, guys, there is a really good safety that looks like in this draft. He is projected 22nd. And we have pick 22. I will go outside of the top 10, probably to like pick 11. And if he's still there, we will trade up for him. And we will get Jose Pollard as our safety, potentially to start over Caden Stearns if he's good enough. Jared Kelly was another player I was looking at in the first. Looks like a really good linebacker. We will see, and still on the board. But do we risk it for the biscuit here? Do we move up? Do we let one more go? Do we let one more go? All right, now we'll trade up just to be sure. We'll trade up with the Patriots here, and we will go get Jose Pollard. Just kidding. They have Duggar and Peckers, yeah. They have Jabril Peppers at free safety and Duggar at strong safety. They should not take him, and they don't. As for the Seahawks, they have Jamal Adams, so I wouldn't expect them to. Chargers have Derwin James. Panthers have Jeremy Chin. Maybe the Niners? Potentially the Niners. We're going to be trading a 1, a 4, and a 6 to move up with the Niners to pick 17. I don't think they would take the safety, but I just want to be better. It's better to be safe than sorry, because I've missed out on picks before by thinking, oh, they're not going to take them, and then they take them. So Jose Pollard's going to be the pick here. Hopefully his coverage is good. Hopefully it's at least B's, but great speed, great change of direction, good agility, good strength. He looks like a very solid athlete, and he could be a new starting safety for us. Pretty good athleticism. I'll take it. Looking at our draft recap, I feel pretty good about what we got. Jose Pollard, he's only normal dev, but he is a higher overall than Caden Stearns right out the gate. Pretty solid, high motor, aggressive play ball tendency is pretty good. That injury is trash, but I think he will start at strong safety, and I'll just move Cam Curl back over to free safety. As for Sheldon Carruthers, hidden dev, took him in the second round, 87 speed, really good tackling, decent enough zone coverage, depth linebacker who could move into a starting role at some point. Jamie Wagner, depth receiver. Connor Mitchell, depth guard. Another depth receiver. This is one that the computer drafted. I had him on my draft board. He was a potential UDFA, actually, and comes out as a 71. Pretty good, pretty good. It turns out to be a QB, David Alexander. Didn't need a QB, so I didn't know. Didn't look. I knew Jared Kelly was going to be a beast. I'm pretty sure I saw John Alexander, and I didn't want to draft a running back in the first round. And then, Pollard, he's a top 5 talent in this draft. Heading into year 3, this is what the team looks like with our new superstar center. Everything's pretty much the same aside from that. And then, we added Christian Darrisaw. On the defensive side of the ball, we have Jamin Davis, Cole Holcomb, and Owusu Koromoa making the linebacker core. Going to leave Caden Stearns at free safety and have Pollard play the backup strong safety role, because that role does see the field. D-line is still the same. We got Stokes slot corner now. Cornerback room is looking nice, and this is a solid team that should get to the playoffs once again. At the midseason mark, we are 3-3. Things aren't going incredibly well, but they're not going incredibly bad either, I guess. It's kind of weird, because the only thing that's changed is really Derek Forrest. I don't know how big of an impact he really was. 26 mil per year for Terry is huge. We got a lot of guys to re-sign for a lot of money here. Jonathan Allen should accept that. Probably didn't need to increase it that much. Kendall Fuller, he wants a 1 year. I'd be willing to do that. See if I just bump that up just a little bit, and we get Kendall Fuller back, 65 mil. I did end up bringing in Nyheim Hines again. I'd be fine bringing him back as a backup if he's interested. He should be, because no one else wants him. Obviously, he's always in free agency, and he accepts. Jahan Dotson, obviously going to be here for the long run. I'll give him a 6 year. Just bump that up to 4.5, and that is plenty for him. 49 mil to work with. All we have left is a couple of guys, and we have plenty of money to get them back. All right, Brian Robinson has been a solid running back. If we can, 5 mil a year, oh my gosh, that is incredible. Mike Hughes, absolutely want to bring him back. 2 year. 3.5, 2.6 bonus works for me. And then Jawan Johnson. He wants a 4 year. He wants a decent deal. I'll wait, see how he does this year. And that's the only guy we really need to re-sign. Well, we end up going 9-8 and missing the playoffs this year. For some reason. I'd like to know why. Let's go take a look at these season stats. Kurt Bird was third in touchdowns, actually, so he wasn't the problem. 4,500 yards, 43 touchdowns, and 16 picks. So the defense must have just sucked. Brian Robinson has 16 touchdowns. 1,000 yards is okay. It's not great. McLaurin, 1,400 yards, 16 touchdowns. Incredible. Jahan Dotson, 1,109. Juwan Johnson, 809. And Diamond Brown, 606. As for tight end, Juwan Johnson didn't do anything crazy. And I think Chad Rogers, a cheaper option, a younger option, and he's pretty much just as good as Juwan Johnson. I think we can let him walk and let Chad Rogers start. This dude is 260. Sheesh. So we can let Juwan walk, and that's going to leave us with $39 million. The tackles were terrible. What is going on? That's what I paid Darisaw for. Jamin Davis and Owusu Koromoa over 100 tackles. Tackle for loss, we had 19 for Sweat, 16 for Young, 13 for Allen, and 11 for Payne. Sacks were way down, 9, 7, 5. Like, what's going on with the defense? 5 picks for Fuller, 4 for Owusu, 3 for Hughes, and then just 1 for... Like, what was this? So we were 28th in offensive yards. That's not good. But we did score a lot. Defensive yards, 16th. That's not terrible. That's middle of the pack. 10th in points scored. So points allowed, 17th. So we beat the Niners. Yeah, we got demolished by the Cowboys. Chiefs scored 44 as well. We shut out the Eagles 42-0. Oh gosh. Yeah, we were allowing a lot of points actually every game. It's just we scored 8 points against the Lions in this last game. If we would have won that game, we'd probably be in the playoffs. All right, Chiefs and Saints are in the Super Bowl. Let's take a look at our roster. Let's see, depth trades. Nothing. Yay. I was hoping maybe like somehow Robinson would have gone up to superstar, but no. Owusu Koromoa goes up to X Factor though. Love to see it. Outside of that, literally nothing. Just, yeah, nothing. That's great. Fantastic. Carruthers turns out to be a star, and we are sad. Well, the Saints won the Super Bowl over the Chiefs, and we will not be... I don't think we have anyone to resign, so I'll take a look. But other than that, we're going to head straight to free agency. So we actually have $64 million instead of $39, and we have some options here. I'm going in on Mark Andrews. You know what? He's a 98 overall X Factor. He has full interest in this team, basically. And if he wants to come join this team, I'm more than happy to have him. So along with Mark Andrews, I went for Derek Stingley. We got him. That's going to let us move one of our corners to free safety. And that's going to make the secondary way better. We now have a stud tight end. And I could have gone for someone like Aaron Jones, or I could have gone for Breece Hall. Or, you know, I could have gone for DJ Moore or DK Metcalf, one of these receivers. But they would have been a third option, and I don't think it was absolutely necessary. So I think just adding Mark Andrews and Derek Stingley is going to make this team so much better, and we had better be a playoff, possibly Super Bowl team this next year. In the draft, I didn't take much, just Stephen Minor right outside linebacker. He had a couple A's on there, and looked like he was pretty solid. He's decent enough, you know. Decent depth. Then we get Courtney Dell, safety in the 3rd, and Luke Alexander, fullback in the 7th. Traded away all my other picks for picks next year, and this draft also didn't look that great. This corner was the only player that I was thinking of getting, and I wasn't going to move up for him. I should have probably, because he would have been our new safety, to be honest. He would have been playing free safety. Going into year 4, this is what the team looks like. 89 overall. That we now have 98 overall. Mark Andrews at tight end. Offensive line, still very solid. Brian Robinson, Nyheim Hines in the backfield. Kurt Bird doing that damn thing. We got a new fullback, Alexander. We got same receiver core. Maybe could have looked to upgrade Diamond Brown, but that is not the problem here. The problem was the defense last year. Hopefully Caden Stearns can step up. We now have Derek Stingley as a corner, and then Eric Stokes and Mike Hughes rounding out the corner room. Cam Curl at strong safety with Pollard, backup strong safety. At the midseason mark, we are 4-3 and on top of the division. Tied with the Giants. It's not incredible, but I'll take it. As for negotiations, we have Kendall Fuller, Cole Holcomb, and Tarkeen Lennon on the top. We'll look to bring back Tarkeen Lennon, actually. He does not want much at all. 3 mil for 3 year. Happy for me, happy for you, happy what it do. Kendall Fuller, we don't necessarily need, but he is our top corner. I'll wait till the end of the year, make the decision then. Not quite sure if we need Holcomb, because we do have a linebacker behind him who can step in and play in the 4-3, because Holcomb only plays in the 4-3. He's not a sub linebacker. Here we are at the end of year 4, and we are 12-5, top of the division with a first round bye. You love to see it. Let's see who we're going to be taking on in the divisional round. We will be facing the Eagles. So 3 teams from our division made the playoffs this year. That's it. That's amazing. Great. Let's just go ahead and look at these season stats now. That way we can just, oh my gosh, Kurt Bird killing it. 4,800 yards, 46 touchdowns, 7 picks. Love to see it. Brian Robinson had an incredible year. I am glad I didn't sign another running back in free agency. Receiving, McLaurin was great. Dotson was great. Andrews was great. Diami Brown was serviceable. Sacks, were they down? They were. Let's go. On the defensive side, Jamin Davis and Owusu Koromo over 100 yards. Tackle for loss. Same guys you always see up there, the whole D-line. And sacks were way better this year. Okay. Young and Allen both double digits. Deron Payne had 8. Sweat was 7.5. Interceptions, 3 for Stearns. He might be making a case to stay. Owusu Koromo with 2. Stingley with 2. Okay, this team is ballin'. And Riley Patterson, a perfect 12 for 12 on the year on field goals. Let's go see if we can take down the Philadelphia Eagles in the divisional round. All right, guys, let's get into it. Can we do it? There we go, 3-0 lead. Now we're down 7-3, and we get another field goal. We were down 13-6 at this point. We get another field goal, 13-9. Patterson keeping it up. We're down 20-9 now in the second half. Now it's 20. Oh my gosh, what is this bull crap, dude? Come on, 34-9. We're a 90 overall team. After winning the division and earning a first round bye, what is with these teams in these rebuilds and being terrible in the playoffs, dude? It doesn't make sense. Why? Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, dude. This is ridiculous. Can't even get a stop. And they score. This game's over. That's great. 43-9. 49-9. This is ridiculous. 49-16 is going to be your final. Why? Von Ellerby destroyed us through 5 touchdowns. Brian Robinson, nowhere to be found in the playoffs. Receiving, Dotson was good. McLaurin was good. There's just... Dude, what was this? 2 for 40, okay. Mark Andrews, sure. Sacks, we had 3 allowed, okay. Defensively, that literally makes no sense how we get demolished 49-16 with a 90 overall team. Make it make sense. You can't, it's Madden. Nothing makes sense in this game. And the Eagles don't even end up making the Super Bowl. It's the Giants. So our division was just ridiculous this year, I guess. Let's look at these yearly awards, and then we'll look at our team. Kurt Bird, 4th in MVP voting, but can't get it done in the playoffs, I guess. Offensive Player of the Year, McLaurin at 7. We had Chase Young at 2 for Defensive Player of the Year. And Kurt Bird wins Best QB. How nice. Robinson was 2nd for Best Running Back. We had McLaurin at 5th for Best Receiver. We had Bates at 6th for Best O-Lineman. We had Young at 2nd for Best D-Lineman. Anyone on this list? No one for linebacker, and DB, no one. Riley Patterson, 12 for 12, wasn't enough to get best kicker. Whatever. I cannot believe that we just got destroyed like that as a 90 overall team. Did anyone go up? Brian Robinson goes up to Superstar. Hopefully that'll help propel us back to the playoffs next year and potentially finally win the Super Bowl. I'm just... Payne goes up to Superstar. That's Madden Sim for you. Let's see who we need to re-sign, who we should re-sign. Probably not going to bring Holcomb back. Stearns, I'm probably not going to bring back either. I guess we relocated. So we didn't get it done as the Washington Commanders. Who are we going to get it done as next year then? Let's find out who our new team's going to be. Does it show up in this week, or is it just not until next season that it shows up? Okay, we're still the Washington Commanders. If they kept the Commanders as the team and kept the W there that stands for Washington, that's kind of ridiculous, but okay. We're going to have to hire some staff here. That's nice. All right, so players ready to negotiate. Kendall Fuller. Do we bring him back on a 1-year deal? I think we do. He wants less money now that he's regressed. And I'll do a 1-year 9. And we get Kendall Fuller back for a year. That's awesome. Cole Holcomb, I'm not going to bring back. Caden Stearns, I'm not going to bring back. Spruce, no. The rest of you, no. We have $39 million. And it should go up to more once we get to the free agency period. All right, guys, I signed 2 players in free agency. Lamar Fuller going to be our new third option, X-Factor 27-year-old receiver. Wasn't asking for much, and he had interest. And Jaleel Green is a young corner, but hear me out, 96 speed. All right, you can't really see it on this screen. Let me go to corners. 83 zone, right? And 71 tackling as a corner. I think he could be a pretty good free safety option. We're going to move him there and see how it goes. Otherwise, I have draft picks that I can trade for players, and there's no linebackers that would replace Cole Holcomb in free agency, so I think I'm going to at least trade for a linebacker. And yeah, that's what we're going to do. Scratch that. We're going to have Derwin James at safety, trading number 6 and number 91 overall to get Derwin James at safety, and then I will trade some other picks for a linebacker. Trading a 1 this year, a 1 next year, and a 2 this year to get Roquan Smith from the Baltimore Ravens. If this team doesn't win, I don't know what to tell you. This team is stacked top to bottom. The guards are the weakest point on the team, but even then, we have a 92 overall X-Factor quarterback, 91 overall superstar running back, 2 X-Factor receivers and a superstar receiver, X-Factor 99 overall Mark Andrews. On the defensive side, we have 2 X-Factor linebackers and Jamin Davis. We have Derwin James at free safety now. Cam Curl's our strong safety. We have Stingley, Fuller, Stokes at corner. D-line has been the same all throughout because they don't need to be upgraded. This team has to win. There's no excuses. They're 91 overall, 91 offense, 93 defense. And we have probably the best kicker and punter. Like Riley Patterson, 79 overall, sure. But 95 kick power, 91 kick accuracy at 27 years old is a stud. At the midseason mark, we are 6-1. Love to see it. And we have a breakout quarterback. I'm confused because he's an X Factor. So how does he break out? Last game was another on the long list of stellar games from Kurt Bird. Are you expecting that again this week? I'm always expecting that because he's a freaking beast. Oh, I guess you can break out for just XP. He's like a 92 overall. I don't think he really needs it, but I'll take it if he can get it. Who needs to negotiate? Roquan, Jonathan Allen, Kurt Bird, Christian Darrisaw, Deron Payne, Montez Sweat. Oh boy, Matthew Bates is here. We have $103 million though, and this is the final year. So I don't know if I'm actually going to go in and re-sign all of them. So we somehow finished the season at 10-7 after starting 6-1. That means they went 4-6 the rest of the way. That is an epic collapse, and they almost didn't make the playoffs. Here we are in the wild card round against the Panthers. Let's see what's going to happen here. We'll go ahead and play the moments in this one, see if we even need to hop in. Hopefully we don't. We shouldn't have to. With how good this team is, we should not be kicking field goals either. We're up 3-0 in the second. Trying to score again. We get another field goal. Going into halftime, the Panthers kick a field goal, and... oh, my bad. Play key moments. All right, we're up 6-3 in the second half. Make it 13-3. Panthers are driving down. They get another field goal, 13-6 in the fourth quarter. And we get another touchdown, make it 20-6. Time is winding down. 23-6. It looks like we're going to move on in the next round of the playoffs, thankfully. Like, how are you this good of a team and you're struggling? to beat an 82 overall. Madden Sim is something else. Stingley, let's get you some zone because I know they don't upgrade your zone. +2 to zone, and what is it now? 77. Yep. Maybe that's why we can't win even though we look like a really good team. No one is balanced. It'd be nice if they knew how to do that. But we're going to be taking on the 82 overall Niners. And we're off. And they're driving down. They get a touchdown. Big third down. Let's make a stop here. Let's go, guys. Can we get maybe a defensive touchdown or something? Purdy! We can't beat Purdy? Come on, guys. No way he just caught the ball like that, dude. Oh my gosh. Come on, guys. Get a stop. Alright, let's get in here on offense, see if we can do something. Because clearly, the team is struggling for some reason. We're going to get Dotson, get a little first down here to the 24-yard line. And maybe the offense can, you know, move now. Go score, please. Oh my gosh, dude. What is this? How? How are y'all so bad? It literally makes no sense. Touchdown. There you go, guys. I helped you. Can you do something now? And defense, make a play. Red zone alert again. Love to see it. Tied up 14-14. They get a 16-14 lead, actually. Driving down, get nothing. They get another score before half. All right, 31-14. Okay, Madden. I understand. I don't understand, though, to be honest, why things are like this. Why? Block for me. Big play by Kurt Bird on the ground there. He has one of the 2 touchdowns on the ground. Cool. Can you guys... What? You've got to be kidding me. 38-14. Madden Sim is trash, dude. Can you get that? Come on, Terry. There you go. Cool. All right. Do something. They get a touchdown. 38-20. They allow a field goal. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Thanks. 41-20. What the hell is going on here? Good catch there by Terry on 4th down. Still 41-20 though. Pretty sure this is going to be the end of the run for this team, and it doesn't make sense because this team is the best one I've ever built. I'm being straight up with you. This team should not be losing. That was a terrible throw. Mr. Omaha here. How do you have Omaha and you can't do nothing? Let's go, Dotson. First down. Woo. Go team. Can you guys score a touchdown? Do it. Alright, can you guys get an onside? Probably not. I'm not going to stop them. 27-44. I don't like who I have on the outside, if I'm being honest. But we'll see if Fuller can do it. Probably not. Probably just going to run here. For some reason, we can't outrun whoever Hopkins is. Yeah, I knew that was going to sail. Because once the icons are gone, you can't do anything. What do we have here? What do we have? Why sail? Sure. Dude. This team is trash, right? And I pump faked on accident. Great. I already know we're going to lose this game. I don't understand why this team is so bad. I do not. They already used all their timeouts, by the way, so kind of pointless to even try now. Can you hit that? Oh my gosh, dude. Why? This game is phenomenal. I'm telling you, like, this is my favorite game. Oh my gosh, dude. How do we build this super team? and they can't do anything. We're gonna spike it here. We have it's game. I mean, there's nothing we can do. And this 93 overall Washington team can't get the win. Paranoid sense of pressure, right? 84 throw power and has better deep accuracy than our quarterback. Those are their other receivers, by the way, behind Debo. Maybe it's coaching. Maybe it was Ron Rivera. Maybe he was the problem. I don't know. Kurt Bird was okay this season. 4,500, 40 touchdowns. 15 picks. They were up, but like Brian Robinson was decent. Receiving, like, what more can you ask? Sacks. Non-existent this year. Tackle for loss were good, but like no picks. We add Roquan Smith and Derwin James. What did Derwin even do? This is what he did. 76 tackles and a pick. I don't know if you bring that quarterback back, to be honest, because he can't get it done in the playoffs. He's great in the regular season and then gets to the playoffs and just sucks, I guess. These are really good years. But we're going to end as a 94 overall team. And let's just send to Super Bowl week, see who's there, see if we have any, I guess, dev-ups. I don't expect any. Offensive Player of the Year, none. Defensive Player of the Year, Chase Young at 9. Offensive Rookie, Bernard Gaddis, our backup running back, is on the list. Defensive Rookie, none. Best QB, Kurt Bird at 7. Best running back, Robinson at 7. Best receiver, Dotson at 5. And no Terry. Cool. Best O-lineman, Bates on there. Again, Bates was probably one of our best draft picks, aside from the quarterback, of course. But then again, I don't even know about the quarterback. Chase Young, 5th on D-line. Linebackers, none. I don't understand that. We have probably the best linebacking core in the league. Riley Patterson at 7th for best kicker. Let's look at the career stats of our players. Kurt Bird ends up with 18,000 yards, 167 touchdowns, 52 picks. Not bad. Brian Robinson, 7,000 yards, 98 touchdowns. He had a pretty solid every year for us, to be honest. Ends up as a 92 overall superstar. Kurt Bird had 700 rushing yards as well. And as for receiving, McLaurin has 10,000 receiving yards, 92 touchdowns. Mark Andrews came in late, but he didn't really perform like I would have hoped. Maybe it was the playbook. Jahan Dotson, 7,064 touchdowns. Fuller got most of his stats elsewhere. Diami Brown was the third option for a year or two. Blocking, you know, it is what it is, right? And then on the defensive side of the ball, we have, let's look at sacks. Chase Young, 79.5. Dude's a stud. In Madden, at least, we don't know how he's going to pan out in real life. As a Giants fan, I can say I hope he doesn't pan out like this. As a person just rebuilding the Commanders, I hope for the Commanders fans' sake that he does pan out like this and he has no wasted draft pick. Jonathan Allen, 68.5. Montez Sweat, 54. Daron Payne, 35. Such a solid D-line. Like, I am jealous of their D-line, but I love Dexter Lawrence. So, Jameer Davis, solid throughout the rebuild, you know. He didn't play as a sub linebacker this year, so I don't expect him to have a dev up. Mike Hughes we had for the whole rebuild pretty much. Daron Payne, all these tackles. What about tackle for loss? 126, 108. Jonathan Allen and Chase Young. Love to see it. Picks. Kendall Fuller with 28. Roquan, Derwin James, Mike Hughes. Where's Cam Curl? Cam Curl, you know, he's a solid safety. I'll say that. He kind of reminds me of McKinney because they're like slower, good run stoppers, decent zone coverage guys. Good player. Glad we kept him around for the whole rebuild. You know, we built up a powerhouse and it just didn't work out. On the offense, though, let's see if we have any dev-ups. There were none. On the defensive side of the ball, also no dev-ups. But this is going to be the final team. And that's going to be it for the rebuild. Hope you guys enjoyed. Even though we didn't win the Super Bowl, we still got to the playoffs, 3 out of 5 years. So that's pretty good. I mean, it would have been nice to, you know, at least get to the Super Bowl and not get blown out to get kicked out of the playoffs every year. Take what you can get, and the Niners get wrecked in the Super Bowl by the Chiefs. Catch y'all next time. Bye-bye.